Good morning, it's Lynn, and I'd like to welcome you to another day at Ewetopia Farms. As you can see, the first order of business is feeding the sheep their hay, which Arnie gets. This is first cut. First cut hay?
Yep. I found a lot better hay in the barn, so I'm going to feed it first. It's actually quite nice. But it's just basically grasses. But it's nice and green inside. So they ate a whole bale last night at 7 o'clock. And this morning, so they're eating this group is eating 2 brown bales a day.
Yeah, that's a lot.
But when the hay's good, they'll eat more.
I know.
If the hay's not as good, they'll eat less.
That's right, they're very fussy.
Yeah.
So at least you know your hay's good. I see the lambs need more hay though. Here's our little guy that wasn't feeling well, and he's in the creep area again, and until the dog scared him, he is eating, you can see he's chewing. Come on, buddy. There, we disturbed him a bit, but now he's moved to the other feeder and he is eating. So, if a sheep is eating, it's always a good sign. Okay, you talk about rams being aggressive and hurting you, and then you have the lambs. They swarm you, they jump up on you with their little hooves. I'm covered in bruises, and the worst is they pull your hair. Ow, you guys! Guys, you're little monsters. You're little monsters. You're just lucky you're cute. You're just lucky you're cute. Yes, you are. It's the only way you get away with it. Yes. Silly guys. It's a mobbing. Every time you try to do chores. This one won't leave me alone. Hi. Some days you think, why do I bother checking the drinkers? They're all nice and clean. Today in this pen, both drinkers, it was like last night they all decided who can poop the most in the drinkers, because everyone was filthy. So just goes to show you gotta check every day. We just loaded up all the lamb feeders with their alfalfa hay, and that draws them in right away. They just love that hay. It's really nice stuff. It's second cut. It's got grasses in it, and alfalfa, but it's really soft and tender for the lambs. You guys like that stuff, don't ya? So we're in the dry barn now. Everybody's doing well. We had no issues with drying anybody this year, which is always good news. No mastitis or anything. For watching videos, probably a lot of the viewers want to see all the drama and stuff that happens on the sheep farm, but those are the days sheep farmers least want to happen. So I'm happy to say for us that so far we have one more barn to go, but it's been a quiet day on the farm. Everyone's healthy and looking good, so it's basically at this time of year what we're looking at is feeding them, making sure everyone's healthy, making sure everyone's clean, and that's about it. And next week the shearer will be coming in, so that'll be a more exciting day. And very, very shortly these girls are going to be going off to pasture, which is always fun letting them out. So sorry to disappoint. Not exciting, but this is what life on a farm is. If you're always having issues with sick sheep or down animals or some kind of problem, it's probably not a good thing. You're probably wanting to be making changes. You want your life to basically be like this, just maintaining them, making sure they're just running smoothly. Nobody wants problems. And this is my old Shetland. She's still standing here too. She'll be glad when we open the gates and let them all out, because right now she basically will wait until the crowd's away from the troughs before she goes to eat. But we're not overcrowded, as you can see here. We still got plenty of space at the feeders. You can see some of the white girls still have udders on them. They're the ones we just weaned. Hi, how are you doing? She's one of the keeper Dorset lambs. This will be her first time going out to pasture. That ewe looks like a lot like Gladiator. I wonder if that's his mom. I'd have to scan her, but she has the same build and look to her that Gladiator has. And apparently next week it's going to go really hot. I mean, hot for Canada and hot compared to what we've been dealing with until just recently. It's going in up to 20 degrees Celsius. So when the shear comes, these guys will be actually really happy to get their wool off. Last month when we sheared, it was brutally cold, if you recall. But they're due for shearing. On quiet days on the farm, that's a perfect chance to look carefully at your sheep. So, hi, we're in with the dry ewes, and as always, there's a bunch of friendly ones, including Big Betty here. Hi, and Rachel, and I don't know you, and Cammie. But it's always never say never, but when it is quiet, you can relax a little bit and watch the sheep. And I just walked through these sheep and said everyone looked fantastic and that it was a boring day for you guys. But because I was looking really closely at them as I was leaving this barn, I noticed this girl who I've put a green stripe on. And we're going to catch her when we're finished the other barn. Hi, sweetheart. And if you can see her jaw, she's got a little swelling under her jaw. And that is usually a sign of Barberpole worm, which you don't want them to have. And technically, these guys shouldn't have worms because they've been inside for all winter and then during lambing and stuff, and we haven't had them out yet to pasture. But if you recall, the other day when we were sorting groups, I had the sheep out in the paddock here, and they all went to the fence lines eating the grass around the fence lines. Would the symptoms show up that quickly? I'm not sure, but that's the only thing I can think of, because these guys were dewormed when they left the jogs. They've been indoors. Technically, they have not been exposed to any worms except for that day when they were laid in the grass. So we're going to catch her. Arnie doesn't know yet, but we're going to catch her. We're going to treat her with some dewormer. And we're going to have a look at her eyes and stuff, and we can show you some of that. Don't know how this will work because he's going to try his handy crook, but we've never used that on an adult ewe. So it's his chance to try that out. And as soon as they know you're looking for them, then they are all on guard. Okay.
That's not a jaw.
It's not?
No, I know that one. It's a bone growth.
Oh, okay. So while we have her though, let's show. Okay, so
That's just a growth on the bone.
I thought it was kind of oh yeah. So, but this is a good learning experience. So she's got some kind of growth. It's actually really, really hard. It feels like bone. It's not caseous, because caseous would feel like a lump, but it looks like barberpole worm, where they get swelling under the jaw. But when you feel it, it's like a water bag. It's so soft. And also with worms, you would hold back their eyelids like that, and see how the membranes of her eyes. Oops, my eye.
It's red.
It's all red, so she doesn't have worms. And I told you it didn't make sense that she would have worms. But because you see a jaw like that, that barberpole worm is a big killer of sheep, and you don't want to mess with that. So we had the dewormer and thought we'd check her, but that's a growth. It's not affecting her in any way, but
she's had that for 3-4 years.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's something on her bone.
I remember that sheep all the time.
Hi, sweetheart. So we caught her for nothing, but it was a learning experience. So if you want to see if worms are eating away at your sheep, the eyelids will become
White.
Quite white because they're getting anemic. Hers have really good color. You can also check their gums. This is a Suffolk, so Suffocks have black gums, but you can see the pink membranes are very pink.
Perfect bite.
Yeah, she's got a perfect bite. And
She's a G, I think.
Oh, she's a G.
Yeah. So she's okay.
So she's okay. So we had the dewormer ready. We were going to treat her with valbazine, right? Which is a white dewormer, which treats barberpole worm very effectively. But we don't need to do anything with her. We ran her down and caught her and made her feel indignant for no reason.
Yeah.
But better to be safe than sorry. I thought it kind of odd that a sheep would have worms.
Well, she doesn't act like worms.
Well, and we haven't had them out, but then we let them out and they grazed that grass, and I thought, could it possibly have gone that fast? But she's good, and that's the main thing.
Is that sheep packing a little bit of wool on it?
Yeah, she's woolly. She's really nice. She was so upset to leave her lamb, that one. But she's fine now. So, normally we would have given that sheep, we had it all prepared, a white dewormer, and you just put it down their throat. And it usually works really quickly for killing the worm and getting rid of the swelling. But still, you have to watch those sheep that get barberpole worm, because if you didn't notice it quick enough, they can get quite anemic, so you might want to give them multivitamins or something if they're poorly. But otherwise, we find it quite effective. So far, no resistance there. Although, if they aren't responding to the valbazine, which Arnie's bringing with him now, so I'll show you what it is. We do have a drug that's just for barberpole worm. It's called Flukivar. It's a lot more expensive, so we treat with this one first. And usually it works, but if it's not working, we'll switch over to the Flukivar. And since we're in this barn with the dewormer in hand, there is a ram lamb in here with a dirty bum. So we got it here. We may as well just treat him just to be safe. Again, he hasn't been outside, but something's given him the runs. So it's usually parasites. The easiest is always to catch him in the feeder. Hi, sweetheart. Okay. Well, no, the eyelid. See his eyelid? The eyelids are pink. But he's got something, so it's not going to harm him.
It's a trim job.
Yeah, he does. We're going to trim all these guys Maybe before the shearer gets here, we'll trim all their hooves, eh?
Maybe, I don't know what he has. He might have a little bit of coxy, maybe.
No, that doesn't look like coxy. It looks like he just ate a piece of mold or something. That's, yeah. While we're in here playing with the rams, Judas is here. Judas is an angel. I don't know how you got the name Judas, because you're not at all a trader. Wanted to show you this Dorset ram. So Dorsets, even though we hey, Katie! Even though we have polled Dorsets, Dorsets originated with horns, and the horns were bred out of them. Some people still do have horned Dorsets. And when you register Dorsets in Canada, you can register them as polled, horned, or scurred. All is allowed. And this guy, see, you couldn't tell with his wool on, but he's got these little stubs. Now these are not long like horns, but they're not loose like scurs. So
he just had no cotton that manger.
I could register him as a scurred Dorset.
Well, this one, honey.
But he could still get them knocked off, because I doubt these will grow out and be curly, because he's a fall lamb, so you know he's getting up there in age. But I just wanted to show you the little horns on him.
Yeah, we trimmed it.
Yeah, maybe we should do this before the shear. When you get the chute in here, run these guys through before and just get this group done. Hi, sweetheart. Judas is always nice. And I do, like I said before, I do find that Suffolks are way quieter than Dorsets. So this is Arnie's new disc. So he's got a bit of a corrosion problem, so he's got to try loosen it up and fix it and get it ready for the field, because we hope to be disking the cornfield shortly. We're not planting corn, we're planting beans, but we have an old cornfield that has to be all disked up. So it's getting everything prepared. Well, it's nighttime now. You can still hear that the sheep make noise at night, talking to each other back and forth. But we're off to bed, and so we're going to say goodnight. And I hope you guys will join us again tomorrow for the next episode at Ewetopia Farms. Good night.